Nigeria has always been a tale of two sides. One side filled with hope and the promise of a better tomorrow, while the other is plagued with broken promises. Despite being Africa's largest economy, rich with natural resources and raw potential, poverty is on the rise, with about 82.9 million people estimated to be living in poverty in the country. Because of this paradox, many have described the nation's economy situation as a case of poverty swimming in a sea of wealth. The significant divergence between the Nigerian economy indicators, macroeconomies, variables, and the reality presents a source of concern for many regions in the country, particularly in the northern regions. In recent times, Nigeria has been known to be the poverty capital in the world, overtaking India, a country with a population 7 times larger than Nigeria's. This unwanted reputation is caused by the high level of poverty in the northern states. In states such as Adamawa and Kebbi, life in the states can arguably be considered a struggle, where the struggle to feed, have shelter, visit a clinic when sick, and access clean water is as common as the air we breathe. Although faced with current harsh realities, these states have the potential to not only alleviate the problems but also become big-time players in the agricultural industry, with Kebbi State beginning adopting new technology to boost its rice production and Adamawa having an agro-based economy with over 50% of the populace actively involved in farming. The ongoing efforts in these regions have not gone unnoticed. Instead, they have caught the attention of the outside world, with international bodies such as the European Union and Oxfam coming together to birth an initiative that aims to change the lives of many in this region. This is a story of hope. This is the PROACT story. The Pro-Resilience Action, also known as PROACT, is an European Union EU-funded project with co-funding support from Oxfam and supported by Christian Rural and Urban Development Association of Nigeria, CRUDAN, and Development Exchange Center (DEC). The project, which began in 2016, is being implemented by Development Exchange Center (DEC) in Kebbi and Christian Rural Development Association of Nigeria, CRUDAN, in Adamawa State. It aims to improve food security and livelihoods of poor farming households in 70 rural communities within the two states, and so far has kept to its promise. The project has been able to strengthen the capacities of over 40,000 households who rely on agriculture and other natural resource-based livelihoods through setting up programs such as Food Loan Program, Livestock Transfer Program, Village Savings and Loan Scheme, Farmers Field Training School, Community Radio Program, among others. This and many more programs are the moving pillars of PROACT's 4 broad objectives.
PROACT project is a pro-resilience food security and livelihood program that is being implemented in Adamawa and Kebbi states of northern Nigeria. Baseline, when we got into these communities, what we found out from our assessment was that over 66% of the dwellers in rural communities are within the very poor and poor categories.
One of the PROACT initiatives that began to make a difference in various households across Adamawa and Kebbi State is the Food Loan Program. Under this program, food commodities were distributed to beneficiaries across the two states. Out of a target of 8,750 households, PROACT reached a total of 8,151 households, with 4,396 in Adamawa and 3,755 in Kebbi State. The remaining households are set to be reached in the next lean season.
The loan program is a voucher system which is targeted at extremely vulnerable and poor rural households who has been finding it difficult to feed their household, especially during the hunger season or the lean period.
Gaskiya muna da farin ciki sosai domin wannan abinci wanda aka bamu muke rabawa. A gaskiya yana taimaka mana sosai wannan abun gaskiya yana taimaka mana sosai domin yana yaki yunwa.
So this season is starting from June to September. Is actually the period where actually farmers are going to the farm to start or doing their farming activities.
Like any other poverty-stricken region in northern Nigeria, Adamawa faces security threats by the Boko Haram insurgents, cattle rustling, and other armed banditry. These reasons, including lack of access to physical, social, economic, and political resources, contributes to the region's poor standard of living. But things are about to change.
But with the help of the PROACT, now people have access to input, timely input, timely delivery of input by the project, where farmers get access to fertilizers.
Help a lot in ensuring food security in the state. Help with food security, because when we are talking about food security, we are talking about people having access to food. This is a boost. It has helped the state government in its effort, because this is an addition. They are augmenting the effort of the state government, and with that, it has helped in boosting food production.
As the Food Loan Initiative is set to change to better the lives of the beneficiaries within these communities, the Village Savings and Loans Association follows suit. The Village Savings and Loans Association, VSLA for short, is targeted at improving the final inclusion of individuals within the rural communities, particularly the women and youth.
I happen to be part of the rapid assessment that was done some time back. We visited 8 communities in 4 local government areas of the state, where we met with the beneficiaries, both the men and the women that are engaged in the Village Savings and Loan Scheme.
So far, so good. The VSLA has been a tremendous success. There have been 2,037 groups and 48,087 membership, with 52.2% women participation, making it an initiative that is truly gender transformative.
A group of women that we have brought together to form this group. They are community women, and I have over 45 VSLA groups across the 10 local governments, the 10 communities in Birnin Kebbi local government. And the aim of VSLA is to bring women together to actually teach them how to become leaders in their local communities, and to also aid them in diverse ways. We've taught them a lot of things.
Sunana Rahila Aimani, na fito ne daga kungiyar alkawari matasa 1. Muka zo daga nan, muka zo da muka hadu, muka samu muka hada babban kungiyar da ake kira VSLA. Ni a kungiya na, ko da muka fara kungiya banda sana'a. A nan cikin kungiya ne na samu sana'an da na fara, na samu rance a kima na ranta lokacin nan 2000. Na fara abin da muke kira nan a kauyance car wash.
We've taught them a lot of things, such as IGA, and during the IGA training, they were taught a lot of things: soap making, bead making, and sewing.
Farmers have been trained on how to go on with their farming activities, which includes land clearing, from site selection, land clearing, plowing, planting, weeding, fertilizer application, up to the storage.
Under the program's second objective, PROACT has been empowering farmers within Adamawa and KB regions through the Farmers Field Training School, popularly known as FFTS. Farmers at the field training schools are trained on appropriate technologies such as agroforestry, vitamin-fortified crops, soil management, and drought-tolerant crops for substantial agriculture.
With this new gap training, they were able to harvest like 20 to 25 bags on the same plot of land where they used to harvest only 10 bags of maize.
Since the inception of the program, 70 communities have been established and 2,508 lead farmers, 34% of which are women. Another feat recorded is the reduction of the extension officers to farmers ratio to about 1 to 25, a number that was less impressive.
With Oxfam PROACT can never be overemphasized, to the fact that we have received several types of trainings from Oxfam, which in turn we train our lead farmers.
About 300 rural farmers here in the community have started putting into practices what they have learned in their demo plot. So far, yesterday we had our first fertilizer application in the demo plot, and then most of them are eager to go back to their farm to do their first fertilizer application as well.
Domin mun zo wannan fili mun koyi yanda ake shukan masara, yanda ake shukan taki zuwa lokacin da zamu zo mu harvesting.
From providing 2,802 households with cash grants of 14,000 naira during the hunger season to delivering 125,612 bags of fertilizer to 22,300 farming households and 442 water pumps to 442 households for dry season farming. From providing 5,500 households with 5,740 doughs, 57 bucks, 44,198 local hens and 4,420 cocks to 11,084 households received supports of 3 seedlings, totaling 412,369 3 seedlings of mangoes, citrus, guava, eucalyptus and moringa varieties, and many more initiatives.
Koya ababe da yawa musamman EU, Oxfam da Crudan da abin da suka kawo mana a za community ga abin da muka koya nan. Daya akwai spacing na shuka iri, akwai space na wato ma'ana shuka abu a layi 2 cm 30 cm ana samun kudin rance a yi kasuwa da shi, a yi noma da shi, a tafi makaranta da shi, a je a biya bukatu na asibiti da shi.
A lokacin da suna zuwa banda akuya, amma na ji dadin sun kawo mini sun bani akuya. Suna da awaki guda 6 da mamansu.
Alhamdulillah zuwan EU da DET ya kawo mana cigaba sosai, saboda yaranmu sun rage zaman banza sosai ba dan kaɗan ba. Kadari da mu da mazanmu da matanmu mun samu wannan cigaba sosai.
PROACT has put internal structures in place to ensure their overall objectives are met and the lives of beneficiaries in these regions are transformed. But they haven't just put in internal structures. Efforts have equally been made to foster public-private sector partnerships and networking with agro-business developers and other multi-stakeholders. These structures being established and partnerships formed are done in a bid to expand efforts of these communities and connect them to relevant markets.
Training the farmers to improve their yield, aside supporting the farmers with fertilizer, aside supporting the farmers also with farm input and other things, we've been able to link the farmers to organized market. We have a scheme we run, which we call Sorghum of Taking Scheme, which we linked our farmers with Guinness Nigeria to offtake their sorghum products.
Discussion with Olam have reached advanced stages for a rice off-taking scheme with about 2,000 smallholders rice farmers. More talks are being held with other stakeholders such as OCP Africa, Flour Mills Nigeria, and WACOT. PROACT has become a symbol of hope and economy change for the people in the selected LGAs within Adamawa and Kebbi states. While the European Union, Oxfam, the DEC, and Crudan have come together to make the lives of many more productive, the governments of Kebbi and Adamawa states have equally pulled their weights to ensure that the PROACT project is a success.
But what we've seen, the kind of transformation we've seen during the project implementation period is how we move from just being supportive in terms of welcoming us and begin to realize that actually government has to take action in favor of improving the lives of the vulnerable, in favor of improving service delivery.
We have the CDP, that is the Community Development Plans, where at the local government level, we have a framework that encourages community participation at the initial budgetary setup, where we have community initiatives built into the community development plans. Then from there, the communities will bring forward the development plans onto local government. Then from there, the local government will bring the community plans to the ministry. Then at the ministerial level, we have plans that are to be incorporated into the state budget. And we have some that will be incorporated into the local government budget. So it's really the PROACT project that had facilitated this.
So for us as a project, we think that one of the sustainability pillars for us is to be able to enhance the voices of people, to be able to engage state government, to be able to deliver the kinds of services that we deliver through our Cash for Work program, through our agricultural input support program, amongst other intervention styles that we do.
This is the role the governments have played so far, working hand in hand with the founders and their partners. The governments of Kebbi and Adamawa states have helped transform the lives of their citizens. This was done through a series of activities such as creating government information platforms and frameworks to help track agricultural services and improve overall productivity, and train agricultural development program officers at each LGA and develop work plans to implement strategies on NARF and other relevant frameworks. 80 extension officers have been trained and retrained on GAPS, AESA and PTD. 18 trained on rapid care analysis, 6 trained on household economy approach, 52 trained on budget framework and participatory budgeting, 53 trained on pluralistic agricultural extension service delivery and food security analysis both locally and internationally in Nairobi, Kenya, making a total of 209. With so much progress being made, one can only expect more positive change in the selected communities across the two states.
It is really important to here recognize and appreciate the European Union. That's the first player to appreciate. It is through the generosity of the European taxpayer that this project has come to life and has been able to make, all the impact that we just mentioned.
Thank you, Kira.
PROACT take kira. PROACT take kira.